Okay, welcome back, everybody. My name is Kent, and today I'm going to be going over some self worth things that will help you, and things that have helped me, and just really some general advice. So, first, I would like to say that your self worth is incredibly important, whether you're trying to advance in your career or you're just trying to improve yourself and the way you feel about yourself. I feel like that's kind of obvious. So, some things that I have done in the past is the I am affirmations. I mentioned that in one of my previous videos. I'd highly recommend it. There's a bunch of videos here on YouTube that you can find and just type in I am affirmations. Totally amazing. Listen to it for like maybe 10, 15 minutes every day or every other day, how often that you need. And then also, I would I would recommend that you try and repeat them to yourself when you're not listening to it. Another big one is going to be exercise. Physical exercise and mental exercises are very important. They make us feel like we're doing something better with our life and that we're actually working towards a goal. And I totally understand that it can be difficult to push yourself to keep going forward. However, if you just build that mindset again with the I am affirmations, it really helps you get towards that goal. So, building yourself emotionally and physically helps you with your self worth. Another big one that I strongly believe in is not talking negative about yourself. This is something I've been working with my daughter is to talk positively, like I am smart, and not to say things like, "Oh, I'm so dumb," or "Wow, I'm worthless." Things like that. They just aren't positive. I think it's Japanese saying is that when you talk negatively about yourself, the warrior within you hears it. And so that's, I guess I'd like to liken that to, you have this energy inside of you that wants to do all these great things. But if you verbally tell yourself that you're not good enough, then your subconscious self starts to believe that. This can make it difficult going forward in a career or just in life in general. There have been many times where I have felt like I'm not good enough, but I just have to take a deep breath and tell myself everything's going to be okay, and that if I just push through it, I'll be great and I'll be happy with the result and with myself. Another very important thing with self worth is to just eat healthy. I feel like I'm just going over these how to be healthy things, but it's true. I've noticed that since I've stopped eating a lot of junk food and that I've been eating healthier and getting better rest, that I feel not only more energized, but I feel better about myself. My stomach doesn't hurt, I don't have headaches, and it's great. Headaches were something that I struggled with for years. I thought it was just normal. However, having a decreased stress level and anxiety level has really helped me out. And I would like to place blame on my anxiety and self not feeling like I'm a good person is because of how my diet was in combination with other things that were going on in my life. One really big struggle I've had in the past is going through a divorce. It was like losing a part of me. It's a terrible thing, and for one reason or another, it happens. And 50%, if not more, of marriages unfortunately end in divorce. I went through my divorce during college, and that was very difficult for me. I found that the most helpful things for me was to just talk to my family, and then also my schoolwork that really took my mind off all the negative things that were going on. And then also making sure that I spend time with my family. Along with that, I know it's not necessarily for everybody, but looking inward and building yourself spiritually during times like that also really helps. I myself am Christian, and increasing my activity in Christianity and religion really helped me out. And I would consider myself a fairly spiritual person. I don't necessarily think I'm better than anybody. And, if you're not really into the spiritual kind of things, just look at something where you can do something that's bigger than yourself. Another thing for improving your self worth is to pick a hobby. And maybe it's something that you already like to do, you just don't do it enough. So, building a hobby. That's something I've also mentioned in one of my previous videos. Building a hobby can give you a sense of accomplishment and like you're doing something productive. I totally understand how difficult it can be to feel like you're being productive when after you come home from work, all you want to do is sit down and watch TV or play on the computer. I personally think that it is very natural to have those types of feelings, but we have to remember that our emotional health also affects our physical health. So, the more that you can exercise your mental health and do things physically, or even just sitting down and reading, which is something that helps your mind move, is very beneficial for us and our self worth. Again, going back to the hobby thing, it's just building up an existing skill that we already have. Something that really helped me in my IT career was I set a goal for myself to be in cybersecurity. And although that didn't necessarily work out because of certain circumstances, I did achieve getting my Security Plus certification and I learned quite a bit. I felt very accomplished once I acquired my Security Plus certification because the failure rate for it is very high. With that being mentioned, also self worth and your perception of your ability to do things is super important. Going into a massive exam when you don't have confidence in yourself that you can do what you need to do and that you know the material really hurts your performance. So, during me trying to get my cybersecurity certifications, it really helped me out to just study and go into the exam thinking, hey, I got this, I'm confident. And even if I didn't necessarily feel that deep inside, having that outward expression of it really helped me out. And eventually I did end up passing the exam. And it was one of the best feelings I've had in my life. Something else that can really help out with our self-worth is something I've also mentioned in another video is journaling. I'm a very big promoter of journaling. I do it probably 3 times a week, and it's only for about 10, 15 minutes. There have been times where I find myself writing pages and pages. It really just depends how I'm feeling that day. If you're not really the person that sits down and writes, or you think that someone's going to stumble across your journal and they'll read it, that's okay. Keep a note on your phone. Another thing that's really important for building your self worth and self confidence would be making a to do list. I know it sounds kind of goofy almost, but having a to do list at the beginning of the day of things that you're going to go through and you want to accomplish, it helps you see that you're actually someone who can do something. I have struggled with that in the past, and I can tell you that building a to do list works very well. And even if it's just one thing that you want to accomplish that day, do what you can to accomplish that one thing. And by the end of the day, you'll feel better about yourself. Speaking about doing things, I also highly recommend that you make your bed every morning. I know it sounds silly, but it's just one small thing that you can do to, at the end of the day, come back and see that if you didn't accomplish anything during the day that you wanted to, there was that one thing, there's a small thing that you accomplished. And accomplishing big goals starts with accomplishing small little tasks. Building your self confidence and self worth is incredibly important. I can't express it enough. It makes it easier for us to move forward in life and to live a more fulfilling life. That's all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and remember to stay vigilant. Life is difficult, and all we can do is make the best of it.